So I have to always think of questions for this guy because I've asked him just about everything I can think of. But this is gonna be more fun today. So we never talked about this. I'm a huge cartoon fan, right? The Simpsons.
Yeah.
You were on the episode of The Simpsons. Can you talk about that? What do you remember about that? Did they approach you about that? How did that go?
It was so simple. It was me and Steve Sachs. I think we had an off day or maybe a night game in Anaheim. It's in a car for us. We went down. Took us like 20 minutes. Read your lines. That was it.
A generation that doesn't know much about baseball knows you by that. Did any of like younger people come up to you about that? That they were like, "Hey, you were on The Simpsons." Like that's actually a big accomplishment because I think Darryl Strawberry was on the episode, if I'm not mistaken, Ken Griffey Jr. as well.
Yeah. You know what? More attention now for that probably than anything.
Love it.
When we went to Australia, people are yelling, "Shave those sideburns." In Toronto, it seems like a lot more pictures. People know The Simpsons. And it's kept playing, right, over the years. It's been a long time since that came out. So it's kind of been a cool thing. I've never actually seen the whole episode.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's kind of, people always ask me, they're amazed I've never watched the whole thing.
I love it. I love it. So, I was searching through the internet. So let me find some good stuff on Donnie Baseball because I can ask him everything. Then I come across a picture of you and P. Rose. Rest in peace to P. Rose. And, more recently, I guess you could say it's been lifted that he has the potential of making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I know for you that's pretty huge for him. Can you talk about that? What do you think about the prospects of him being in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that he's going to be in the Hall of Fame now that they've lifted that. Kind of, both sides of that. He's not alive to enjoy
reap the
that.
benefits, yeah.
And that's kind of a downer. And just the whole situation with Pete. I know his health had kind of been going downhill. But Pete was always great to me. I still remember the first time I get a hit in spring training. He was playing first for Montreal. And it was 1984. So I just came out of winter ball and I was swinging pretty good, and I got a lefty down for a base hit to right, line drive to right, and he just told me, he says, 200 hits every year, kid, get 200 hits every year. That's all he said. But he was always really good to me.
If I were to come to you and say, hey, I need young guys to watch film of hitters. You're known as one of the best hitters that this game has seen. Who are some guys that you would recommend from any generation, anytime, that if I had to cut on the film and show young players that this is a good technique of hitting, who are some guys that you would mention?
Oh, there's lots of them. I think obviously Tony Gwynn is one of the best pure hitters that I've been around. Boggs, played with him, really good hitter. Guys like George Brett, Paul Molitor, Cecil Cooper,
wow,
Rod Carew. There's so many really good hitters over the years, and there's so many good hitters now. But those are some of the guys that I would think about. I know Rod was my guy as a kid.
Rod Carew, yeah.
That's who I wanted to replicate my swing, or not necessarily my swing, but I want to hit the ball to all fields like Rod and use the whole field. And so he was kind of the guy I watched the most.
But obviously the one team that comes to mind is the Yankees, right? Just being a part of that lore of the Yankees, the history, the fans love you. Can you talk about that and just knowing that, at the end of the day, when we look at that great resume of yours, the Yankees thing does that run through the Yankees stands out?
Yeah, I think, I was drafted by the Yankees, played my whole career in New York, and then ended up coaching and managing in different places.
Yeah.
But playing your whole career in New York was so good for me. I was fairly quiet, and everyone wants to be recognized for what you do.
Yeah.
And I think New York for me was a good place. I came from a small town, and really all I cared about was playing and being on the field. And I felt like I knew how to play. I knew how to move runners, hit with men in scoring position, things like that, get guys in from third base. And New York recognizes good baseball.
They do.
And it was good for me.
Last question for me, and my guy has a couple questions for you. So, trying to think how I can put this. When you think about today's game, and this is another, I guess, Yankee thing, because I never would have thought in a million years that the Yankees would allow players to have beards.
Right.
When you first heard that, what did you think? Because I know that was a thing that, everybody was clean, always clean shaven, maybe have the mustache, but never saw a beard on the Yankees. To know that now that the generation now is going to be able to have that, because I'm pretty sure a lot of guys maybe didn't want to play for the Yankees because of that. Maybe that was a thing, superstition. But for you to see that that was a lifelong rule that I always thought would never change. To see that happen, how do you feel about that?
I thought it was okay, really. I think times have changed. I mean, we used to had to wear a suit on every trip with a tie. Now you got guys with sweatsuits and jeans are allowed. Depends, each team's a little different. I thought it was time.
Yeah.
And I think within the Yankees, and I think I'm right on this, they still have to be well groomed.
They do. They can't be all scruffy.
Yeah, and I'm talking about letting it go crazy. So I think it was time for it. I think it's just moving along with the times and where the game's going. I think probably in general, when the Yankees obviously had no beard rules or no beard for forever, you didn't see that many guys with beards in baseball. There really wasn't.
It was the chops. There was always sideburns and chops,
something, right?
Yeah.
And then it just became, I think, the Red Sox to the 2004. Those guys kind of brought in that hair and the beards and rough. And so it's kind of taken off from there, it seems like.
You know what, Donnie? Like I said, I always appreciate you giving my platform time. I'm going to let you go do what you do, but I appreciate the time, brother. Thank you so much.
Always good talking to you.